Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Welcome to our very first event in the year of 2022, the Mega Forum Talk, Issues on Islamic Asset Management based on Maqasid Shariah. I'm your moderator, Wan Nur Ain Arini, and nope, I am not alone because today I have 6 amazing and brilliant panels to accompany me in the studio. Without further ado, let me introduce to all of you our beloved panels for today. Firstly, we have a stunning lady, Cik Wan Tasnim Wan Zainuddin from Asset Management Division of Majlis Agama Islam Terengganu. Welcome to our Mega Forum Talk. How are you today, Cik Tasnim?
Hi, Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great today. Thank you for inviting me.
Alhamdulillah, most welcome. So next, we have Ustaz Muhammad Daniel Aiman bin Muhammad Amir, Head Officer of Baitul Mal from Wakaf Unit, Majlis Agama Islam Negeri Kedah. Welcome, and how are you feeling today, Ustaz?
Thank you to the moderator. Alhamdulillah, I'm feeling great today. Alhamdulillah, and I am very excited to join this forum. Thank you.
Great, Ustaz Daniel. Thank you. Next panel, we have Puan Ain Suraya binti Azahan from Development Division Zakat of Majlis Agama Islam Terengganu. Hi, and thank you for coming today, Puan Ain Suraya. Are you excited for today?
Thank you so much. I am so excited and nervous. I will do my best today, inshallah.
Inshallah, thank you. Continue, we have a smart-looking Encik Muhammad Haikal bin Abdul Hamid from Great Eastern Takaful Product Development Team, Hibah. Welcome, Encik Haikal. How are you feeling today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. So far, we already introduced 4 amazing panels and now we have 2 left. Next, let me introduce a beautiful Puan Nur Atirah binti Muhammad Elias Taha from Amanah Raya Cawangan Kuantan Wasiyah Unit. Welcome, Puan Atirah. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for the invitation. I am doing absolutely great today, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Last but not least, we have Cik Nur Farah Alia binti Dauda from Majlis Agama Islam Kelantan, Asset Management Unit, Faraid. Welcome, Cik Farah. Are you nervous and excited for today?
Thank you. I am looking forward for today, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Again, welcome to all panels and audience for today. Without wasting our time, let's start the Mega Forum Talk, Issues on Islamic Asset Management based on Maqasid Shariah right away. So, in our Mega Forum Talk today, we will discuss exclusively on issues regarding Islamic asset management in Malaysia. In this forum, we will divide our discussion into 2 main chapters. First chapter contains the introduction of all the Islamic asset management tools, while the second chapter accommodates the issue on each of these Islamic asset management tools. So, as we all know, there are various and different Islamic asset management tools in our country. For example, we have hibah, zakat, wakaf, wasiyah and faraid. Although these tools have been practiced in Islam, undeniably there are still disputes and issues regarding the process, management and the structure, especially in our country, Malaysia. Thus, for today, we will look closely on the details in this discussion among our panels and let's hear their opinion and thoughts, especially on their specialized unit. Let's start right away with the first chapter. Are you ready? So, for the first question, I would like to ask on behalf of the audience, what is Islamic asset management and Maqasid Shariah in details? So, shall we welcome Cik Tasnim to explain what is Islamic asset management? Please welcome.
Thank you, moderator, for the question. Okay, asset is essential for every rational human being to provide basic needs such as security and peace of mind. Asset is a store of all items of economic value at any point in time. From the Islamic perspective, Allah is the owner and the creator of everything in existence. He bestowed upon man a privilege that would allow him to utilize whatever he has created on earth. Asset is a gift from Allah to an individual he chooses entirely at his own discretion or will. If it not for his mercy, no one among men will be able to acquire anything. Islam enjoins Muslims to acquire asset which is enduring and endearing. Therefore, Muslims are encouraged to earn a legitimate source of income for themselves and for subsistence of their families, whilst at the same time ensuring that the asset they have acquired is good, useful and beneficial to themselves, their families and society. For example, in Malaysia, there are many popular asset management tools such as Shariah, Hibah, Wasiah, Wakaf and Zakat.
Amazing explanation from Cik Tasnim regarding Islamic asset management. But how about Maqasid Shariah and how Islamic asset management can be explained together with it, Cik Tasnim?
Such a wonderful question. Thank you, moderator. In order to understand the relationship of Islamic asset management and Maqasid Shariah, it is important to understand the concept and details of the term itself. Maqasid Shariah consists of combination of two Arabic words which are al-Maqasid and al-Shariah. The terminology of Maqasid, which refers to an intent, goal, purpose, objective, principle and end. Literally, Maqasid al-Shariah can be understood as the objective of the Shariah. Maqasid al-Shariah is divided into three major categories, which are the essential daruriyat, the needs hajiyat, and the complementary tahsiniyat. All the Islamic legal ruling refers to realization of one of the above categories. Then, at the point, by associating it with the advanced asset management, the executive among conventional and Islamic perspective will make and extend the information chain that can help humanity.
Wonderful! Thank you, Cik Tasnim, on the detailed explanation about Islamic asset management, Maqasid Shariah, and how they both connected to each other. So next, after we understand the concept, it is time to understand Islamic asset management instruments in details, shall we? Let's start with the first one, Fara'id. Please welcome Cik Farah to share some information or introduction about Fara'id to our audience.
Thank you so much. First, Fara'id is very important and claimed in Islam. Fara'id is the division of the estate by the blood family, which has the role of channeling the estate to the inherited family, because the discussion of Fara'id is closely related to asset management in Islamic wealth. However, the distribution of property for Fara'id also can lead to some problem that will be faced by those inherited family that involve if they are not given disclosure and understood with the Fara'id. Very important for Muslim to those who are related, because they will relate until their descendants die.
I agree with Cik Farah. Without proper disclosure about Fara'id, many problems can arise regarding this matter. Alright, next, what about Hibah? It is one of the most popular asset management tools nowadays. To understand Hibah, please welcome Encik Haikal to share with us in detail.
No problem. Thank you so much. So, another Islamic wealth instrument that Islam has suggested is hibah. Literally, hibah can be defined as gift or voluntary gift. Besides, hibah can also be described as a transfer of ownership of an asset from a donor to a recipient without any consideration. Next, the Shariah definition of hibah according to Wahbah al-Zuhaili refers to a contract that delivers the consequences of ownership transfer of an asset from the original owner to other people during his lifetime without the need for any consideration. In Quran, the legitimacy of hibah is portrayed in Surah An-Nisa verse 4, which means, but if they choose of their own accord to make over to you a part of it, then you may enjoy it with pleasure and good cheer. In hibah, The concept of Maqasid Shariah can be seen in terms of the protection of the wealth while strengthening the relationship between two parties.
Complete explanation from Encik Haikal regarding hibah. Thank you so much. What about wasiyah, Puan Atira? Can you share with us?
Absolutely yes. According to the language, will or wasiyah means to continue, while according to the Shariah, will is a charity of property ownership which is only executed after death. Will or testament is the legal document that expresses someone's wishes about their property or asset to be distributed after death. Usually, they will appoint lawyers to manage the property they have. This is because when using a lawyer, it will facilitate matters in the future if there are fights among the family members due to their dissatisfaction. In relation with this, nowadays some group of people did not understand the concept of wasiyah. Actually, wasiyah is only for individual which is not from the family members. Because in Islam, wasiyah is not only seen as ibadah, but it is also considered as part of social responsibility if the individual got the extra property or money to contribute to others, which is socio-economic through sedekah jariyah.
Great. Thank you, Puan Atira, on the sharing. Move on. What about wakaf? Can Ustaz Daniel share with us? Please welcome.
Thank you. First of all, what is wakaf? Wakaf is generally defined as a gift or permanent property by Muslim for purposes recognized as religious, godly or benevolent under Islamic law. The word wakaf or plural awqaf comes from the root word meaning prevention of withholding. In Arabic, literally means confinement and imprisonment. However, in Islamic jurisprudence, it defines the use of an abandonment of an asset that can be profitable or that can be used for charitable purposes as long as the proceeds exist. And according to Al-Quran and Al-Hadith, the wakaf has no exact meaning. As a Muslim legal scholar, sedekah jariyah and her use of as a gift of property in his or her life is eternal. Literally, the word wakaf derived from the Arabic word waqafa, means suppression, al-hab or prohibition, al-man.
Amazing. Thank you once again, Ustaz Daniel. Lastly, can we have Puan Ain Suraya to share with us about zakat? I believe everyone is familiar with zakat, but let's have Puan Ain Suraya to explain in details. Please welcome.
Thank you. Zakat institution were distinguished as an Islamic body which guarantees social stability in Muslim societies in Malaysia. Zakat institution maintain their own stances but improve the sustainability earning after providing assistance to the less capable through zakat. Zakat is a method that explains alliance and by which the Muslim who is eligible by requirement is fully entitled to distribute a portion from their own fortune. Otherwise, the less privileged Muslim receive zakat have an support on a regular basis, allowing poor households to keep moving up to a higher economic status through any of this fundraising. Furthermore, specific initiatives referred as entrepreneurship program have indeed been implemented to produce entrepreneurship skill between poorer families, especially in the inadequate and needy asnaf societies.
Wonderful explanation from Puan Ain Suraya. Thank you so much. From the previous discussion, we can understand better and deeper about each of the instruments in Islam, right? So now we're done with the first chapter. Let's move on to the second chapter of our Mega Forum Talk today. In this chapter, we will discuss about the issues regarding the Islamic asset management tools or instruments. Are you ready? First, let's talk about Faraid. Does Faraid has issues or disputes, Cik Farah? Please share with us.
Alright, in the Faraid, there is issue about the delay of inheritance claim. In Faraid concept, it is difficult to find a solution for the problem because this related to the family and the law based on the Shariah Islamic. In this issue, the occur as a result to the family not know about their inheritance and claim his right, which lead to the delay of the price of the inheritance. However, the solution will be there if the families try to find it. Today, the existing of the legal system is difficult to understand by the society, which causes them not to care about the division of this estate. It is also because of the legal process is unclear and difficult to provide to those who are not recipients. Studies show an increase in unclaimed estate from 2015 until today. Second issue is ignorance on beneficiaries. In the division of inheritance, Shariah has prescribed to use the individual system, meaning the inherited property has to be divided for individual. However, the calculation for the division of all estate must state how much value can be divided and then how much is divided to the next heir who is entitled to receive the property according to the division prescribed by the Shariah. This discussion provides evidence that there are several causes that lead to the offense of division of the ignorance of Fara'id's knowledge by the community of the heirs involved in the division of the estate. Lastly, lack of understanding of inheritance. Islam has also determined that the division of inheritance should be fair and divided one by one among the heirs according to the sum prescribed part. For example, a piece of land with an area of not one should be divided among 10 heirs when there is other land. This because other land can be named and other beneficiaries of the land can be more extensive, valuable and potential to be developed and promoted. However, dissatisfaction by the recipient of this estate resulting in the fragmentation of small land ownership has resulted in low value and difficult to commercialize in the future.
Thank you, Cik Farah, for a wonderful and complete sharing on the issue. What about hibah, Encik Haikal? Please welcome to share.
Since hibah has become more popular and desirable choice of Islamic wealth management tools among Muslims, there has been a rising issue which should be discussed in order to prevent any conflict in regards of the implementation and application of hibah. One of the issues in the implementation of hibah is that there are no specific laws or regulation to govern the process and practice of hibah. Since there are no specific regulation to govern the process of hibah, there are higher tendency of failure for proper management in hibah. For example, the hibah management process can be differed from one institution to another and thus can create an issue due to the lack of standardization on it. In regard to the dispute, hibah law is extremely needed to ensure proper jurisdiction in over cases. Likewise, the lack of framework on how hibah should be implemented can cause a low understanding among the Muslim to use hibah as one of the tools of Islamic wealth management. In this case, some individuals tend to ignore instead of learning the hibah management because they find it hard to understand and too complicated, especially without a proper guideline or framework. Furthermore, one of the major issues that can be highlighted on hibah is the dissatisfaction among the beneficiaries on the distribution of wealth. In the application of hibah, there have been issues and possibility of injustice and disagreement among the heirs during the distribution process. In regards of this matter, there is higher tendency of failure for individuals to give cooperation during the process, especially if there is dissatisfaction due to the amount distributed among the heirs. As a result, many cases have been brought to Shariah court regarding the dissatisfaction among the beneficiaries, especially the family member.
I also agree with Encik Haikal. This issue also happened in wasiah. One of the issues on wasiah is lack of understanding and awareness on importance of wasiah writing. When there is a lack of awareness about the writing of a will, it will arise a misunderstanding between the family and the testator. Next is the problem of increasing volume of unclaimed inheritance of the years. This is happened for many years. The reason why all of this happen when there is no legal documentation regarding will writing. So, the testator cannot claim their rights in a lawful manner. This is contributing to occurrence of such increase. Hence, it is very necessary to deliver to the Muslim society with the right ways about legal documentation of asset management. This kind of scenario did not change year by year regarding unclaimed property and wasiah based on amanah raya berhad. The reasons this is happen that Muslim does not take serious action about wealth management planning. In addition, most of them did not make wasiah and their asset abandoned without being claimed by any party.
Thank you so much Encik Haikal and Puan Atira. From both explanations, we can understand clearly regarding these issues related to hibah and also wasiyah. Next, how about wakaf, Ustaz Daniel? Is there any issues regarding wakaf?
Thank you, moderator. And yes, for sure. Firstly, the issue of al-shakhsiyah al-ikhtibariyah al-haliyah, which is legal capacity, and wilayah, legal authority. Generally, wakaf donor are individual, shakhsiyah al-hakikiyah or tabi'iyah. But in corporate wakaf, donors are institution. Therefore, the concept of legal entity or entity shakhsiyah al-ikhtibariyah al-qanuniyah ma'nawiyah may arise. Second, wakaf of al-wakif on himself. In general, wakaf practices are aimed at philanthropic purposes. Therefore, the majority of Islamic jurists have declared that ownership of al-wakaf should not be returned to al-wakif itself. This is to deny the very purposes of the wakaf. However, some wakaf corporate practices specify wakif itself as the legal owner of the wakaf. Islamic jurisdiction judges this issue, and the mainstream position of Islamic law scholars on the issue ignores this issue because it was not possible to regain what wakif already had on its own. And aside from that, there is also the issue of its tibdal, which of paramount importance to the continuity and the sustainability of the wakaf enterprise. Although istibdal practices have been approved by some Islamic jurists under certain conditions, the issue can be examined in detail to ensure that istibdal practices comply with Shariah law. And last but not least, in modern wakaf, nowadays there has been issue on taxation and also the form of payment dividend. I hope it's clear for today and for this forum. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely clear and perfect explanation from Ustaz Daniel. Thank you, Ustaz. Last but not least, zakat. Can Puan Ain Suraya share with us some issues on zakat? Please welcome.
Sure. Firstly, zakat distribution is a crucial part of zakat implementation and management. However, there have been instances where the organisation did not distribute zakat among all targeted beneficiaries equitably. This led to ineffectiveness. Community overall believe that the delivery process is improper. Therefore, there is no openness in zakat distribution details. Zakat institutions have been chastised for not delivering zakat collection successfully, despite the fact that they are indeed people who are poor and that zakat institutions have an overabundance of unclaimed money. The unclaimed zakat portion may raise question about why the zakat funds is still not divided up completely. Second, shortage of manpower in relation to the various duties which fall under their purview. As we know, this barrier may lead to inaccuracy and incompetency in the zakat management conducted by zakat institution. This occurs when there is insufficient staff to manage all of the receiver along with perpetual check to ensure that those who may require help are not overlooked. The majority of Zakat Institute have begun to use innovation frameworks in their association, primarily with regard to zakat payment. Subsequently, as far as Zakat Institute assortment and appropriation, they only have 3 association, namely Negeri Sembilan Baitul Mal Body, Lembaga Zakat Selangor and Lembaga Zakat Negeri Kedah, had also indicated amount of zakat assembly with transmission in specific period through database from them. The remaining associations simply presented data information observed with zakat, for instance, type of zakat, prediction, the value of nisab, as well as other data sources on their own website. Likewise, an alternative point of view is acquired upon the association initiative. They will discover the preponderance of foundation were more consideration with the zakat payment framework than with the zakat assistance framework for the underprivileged.
Again, amazing explanation from Puan Ain Suraya. Thank you so much for sharing. I believe that each of the Islamic asset management tools have some issues that are concerned and may be severe in our society. Before we end our session, let's hear what can we conclude after all this discussion from Cik Tasnim. Please welcome.
Okay, thank you, moderator. What can I say is, based on Maqasid Shariah, asset management can play a large and broad role in terms of creation, accumulation, protection, distribution, and purification of wealth for a stable future and continued growth for the whole society. It is important to start by educating individuals on the widespread implementation of faraid, hibah, wasiah, wakaf and zakat channels. Wealth is recognized by the Shariah as the foundation for a meaningful life and as a requirement for humans to fulfill their dual roles as servant of Allah and caliphs of humanity. Humans are expected to manage assets as efficiently as possible in order to secure their future. Asset management must adhere to Islamic principles in terms of acquisition, expenditure, development and distribution. Asset management planning based on Sharia principles is the process of identifying whether and how a person might achieve future life goals through good financial resource management in accordance with applicable Sharia rules. The allocation of income and expenses according to each individual's primary goals will represent excellent and proper Sharia principle asset management, resulting in financial management that is suitable for achieving optimal benefits and issues.
Thank you, Cik Tasnim. We finally heard from all panels on our discussion today. I believe we can learn a lot from this forum talk, and I hope all our audience can have a better and clear view on the Islamic asset management as a whole and the instruments specifically. I hope we can meet again next time. Thank you once again to our panels, Cik Tasnim, Cik Farah, Puan Ain Suraya, Puan Atirah, Ustaz Daniel, and also Encik Haikal for being with us in Mega Forum Talk Issues on Islamic Asset Management based on Maqasid Shariah today. See you again. Thank you and bye.